Let's do a quick review of finding a 5-number summary. So for the warm-up, find the 5-number summary of the following students' hours of sleep the previous night. So you may want to make a list if that helps, or you can just read off the graph right here. I'm going to make a list. It's easier for me to see. So we have a 5, a 5.5, 3 6s, 4 6.5s, 2 7s, 2 8s, and a 9. Okay, so the 5-number summary, min, pretty easy, 5. Median, we'll calculate. Maximum, 9. All right, median, cross them off until you find the middle. So cross off 2 here, 2 here, 2, well, cross off 3 here, 3 here, 1 here, 1 here. 2 numbers are left in the middle, 6.5 and 6.5. So the median would be 6.5. You could add them up, divide by 2, you would still get 6.5. Now, the median is not in our data set, so I'm going to go ahead and circle that and not include that when we're calculating Q1 and Q3. So Q1 is the middle of the first half of data. Again, we don't include this median. And again, we cross off till we find the middle. So it looks like 6. Q1 is 6, our quartile 1 is 6. And for this one, again, we cross off until we find the middle. It looks like 7 is Q3. And we looked at how you could make a box and whiskers plot from that. So let's do that really quickly. To make a box and whiskers plot, let's just put some numbers on our number line. Ooh, that's pretty crooked. Okay, so let's say this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to put dots for our min and max. So min is 5, max is 9. Put lines for Q1, median, Q3. So 6, 6.5, and 7. So there's our box and whiskers plot. You can see that there's data is more spread out right here. You can see it's clumped together in the middle and also over here. So we're going to go over a few vocab words that we didn't go over yesterday. We have range, interquartile range, outliers, and find the fences rule. And that'll be our goal today, is how do we find an outlier? What is an outlier? So the range is your max minus your min. So our range for the previous problem was 9 minus 5, or 4. 4-hour range. IQR is our interquartile range, and that, is Q3 minus Q1. And for our data here, it is Q3, 7 minus 6. It's only 1 hour for our interquartile range. Outliers are anything that, any pieces of data that just don't fit the trend. So is there any data points here that's just really separated from the rest? Are they pretty, is 9 an outlier? It's kind of separated, and either 9's an outlier or it isn't. I would say if someone got like 12 hours of sleep, that might be an outlier, but something that just doesn't fit the rest of the data. Okay, so to find an outlier, there's something called fences that we're going to draw, and anything outside the fences is an outlier. So to do that, it's called the 1.5 times IQR rule to find the fences, and we're going to do that below. So here's the example. Finding outliers. Find the 5-number summary. So I should write what fences are. I'll do that. So fences, anything outside the fences is an outlier. And we'll calculate. Okay, so here's the example. Let's say we had these numbers right here. 25 is pretty far apart from the rest, so we have to find, is it an outlier? Let's find the 5-number summary and draw a box plot. So you can find min, max, median. I think I have these numbers here. All right, so here's our 5-number summary. Minimum 1, Q1, 6. Q2, which is also the median, is 7. Q3 is 10, and our max is 25. Okay, there's the 5-number summary. Let's draw the box plot for that. We're going to need a lot of room here. 3, 4, 5. Go by 5s. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. Okay, so up by 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, we need dots for our min and max. So here's our min at 1, our max is at 25. Q1 is at 6, so at 6 I'll draw a line. Q2 is at 7, and Q3 is at 10. So here's our box plot, and you can see this 25 pulls this whisker way to the side. So let's draw fences and draw a more accurate box plot to represent our data, how it's grouped. So find the fences. Okay, so to do that, find the IQR, multiply it by 1.5, and then subtract, or add that to Q1 and Q3, draw them in. Okay, so here are the steps. Number 1, find the interquartile range. So the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So for this problem, Q3 is 10, Q1 is 6. So our interquartile range is 4. Step 2 is we're going to multiply this number, whatever that number is, our interquartile range, times 1.5. Always times 1.5. And that would give us... so 100%, so 6. Okay, so this is called the magic number to find our fences. So to find our fences, so I'll call that step 3, we're going to subtract it from Q1. Q1 is 6. So there's a fence at 0. That's the lower fence. The upper fence, we add it to Q3. So Q3 is 10. We're going to add that to the upper to this number right here. So 10 plus 6 is 16. There's our upper fence. Okay, so the modified box plot, we're going to modify it. There's a lower fence at 0. There's no outlier below 0. So again, this was Q1 minus the number that we got. And this is Q3 plus the number that we got. And what's the number? It was 6 for this problem. All right, at 15, though, there's a fence. So I'm going to draw that fence in. And a modified box plot, I'm going to go ahead and erase this whisker to make it more accurate. And we leave that point there to show that it was there, but now the whisker only goes to the fence right here. So that's how you can find an outlier looking at your data. Now the rest of this lesson, and I think I made another podcast for finding an outlier, so you can find that if you want another example. Okay, so we looked at finding an outlier. We're going to use a calculator now to find the backpack weights right here, and I've done it for the TI-84. I'm also going to do it for the Inspire, so I'm going to do that in the next podcast, and you can watch that to see how to use technology to find the 5-number summary more quickly.